Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome to a new trading week. This is Jeff here with FXMindshift, and this is your Sunday weekly review. So looking at the calendar, you guys can see that not only have we started a new trading week, but we've also started a new trading month, right? We're now into the month of September, which means that August is behind us, and hopefully the summer consolidation periods and ranging is now over. So going into the fall quarter, hopefully we're going to be seeing some more trending environments, better trading conditions. At least that's my hope, right? As we head into now September. So looking at the calendar, you guys can see here we have a bunch of red folders throughout the week. The first thing to note, obviously, is that Monday is a bank holiday. So for those of you in the U.S., that is Labor Day weekend, and you're probably not going to see a whole lot of activity on the charts on Monday because of the bank holiday. So don't be surprised if you're trading on Monday and you're not seeing a whole lot of movement, right? Going through the rest of the week, just our normal red folders: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? But Friday, of course, because it is the first Friday of September, we have NFP, right? So we're going to be expecting a lot of volatility from NFP. So if you can, get your trading done earlier in the week, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, we'll leave it to the news to do what it does, and then we can see the aftermath and what happens after that release, all right? So let's head on over to the charts. Let's take a look at last week and then following up through to this week, what we can expect. Let's go to the dollar index, okay? As you guys can see here from the monthly chart. So we saw a nice movement to the downside here, as expected, right? Because we saw price holding the high here, and we had this target basically looking for price to run out the low of this big consolidation. So we did run out this intermediate low here, okay, and as you can see here, just barely with the wick there. So it's a very, very subtle move down below, but you got to remember these are monthly candles, right? So obviously each one of these represents a month. We're starting the new month of September now, so we're going to be painting a new candle. And we're going to see which direction that candle goes. So, technically we're still inside of a consolidation. We did not break out of this range just yet because the low obviously still here is intact. However, I do think that we are still going to continue down and take out that low. But like I said, because it's monthly candles, that could take a long time, right? And so, what we can do now is we can kind of, see which way the new candle paints and which direction we go. I think that because we had taken out the low here, we're going to see probably a pullback first. Okay, so, we might see price start to move up, and maybe create maybe like a lower high here or paint back up here and then continue down afterwards, because you can see that like I said, we're still inside this big monthly consolidation, right? We certainly could still go higher. But right now we had just taken out that low, albeit very, very close to just being just the wick out here. But we did take out that low here, and after we take a low, usually we'd expect some sort of pullback back into the range. Okay, so even though I think that price is going to continue down longer term and take out the low here and trade further down into this big range, we might see a pullback this week. So let's drop down to the weekly and let's take a look at the weekly view. Okay, so here's our weekly range, and this is that low that we took out here. You can see just barely taking out that low. But, if you look at how we ended the week here, we ended this week with a big bullish kind of candle after taking out that low, right? So we're respecting the discount and the low of this range, okay? Reacting to the OB there after taking out an intermediate low here, and then seeing price, basically paint a big engulfing candle. Not quite engulfing because we didn't engulf this candle here, but a big bullish candle to end the week after taking out and running out this liquidity. So I want to see if price does kind of follow through on that and come back up into the range, because even if we do continue down, as I said, we would expect price to pull back here first, maybe a little bit up into the range here, maybe come back into the imbalance in the OB here, right? Maybe create a lower high and then continue down after that. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here to start this week. Let's go down to the daily view and we'll see if that's congruent with the daily view. So as you can see here, right, daily created this nice swing low, okay, and if we drop the daily markups in here, we will see The swing low is confirmed here. You can see that we did take out that structure after coming down and taking out this low. Okay, nice V-shaped swing low that we did there. The 3-bar swing is intact here. So I want to see if price will want to come back up in here. I've marked the daily OB and the imbalance here, right? Coming back to the structure that we broke previous. At the very least, that's what I think it would do. I honestly think that we could even go higher. So even above, to this OB up here, and the imbalance just below that as well. That's also a nice target. But I'm going to be targeting the low-hanging fruit first and seeing if we get a reaction to this OB before I, jump to this one up here. Okay, so we'll be looking for price to do something like this. Okay, and then coming back down afterwards. So we'll be expecting price to go up first this week here, and seeing if we'll get a bullish dollar to start out the week. All right, so let's drop down to the 4-hour just to get a little bit more clarification. See if we get that same idea here on the 4-hour. Let's drop the dailies out and the 4-hour markups in. So you can see here that the low here is established. We've got a W here, and we've also seen price take out the low of the structure. Okay, so we have this low swept, right? And then we can see that we have the change of character after that happens. And you can see that price is supporting that change and that high coming back into here, and then seeing the big push up after price taps into that high, right? And so we can see that the low is confirmed here. We've got a low, nice W structure, right? The imbalance here has been traded through and also broken above as well. So this structure even has traded above, so we got a change of character there. And so now I'm going to be looking for price to continue up here into the range, okay, of the high of the range. If you go back to the daily points of interest over here, right, that OB back over here, and then even above that in that range up there. So I'm going to be expecting price to continue higher this week. We'll see if the news affects that at NFP, obviously, but we'll be looking for the continuation, something like this. Okay, so hopefully we'll get a bullish dollar this week if that plays out the way I expect it to. So let's go over to euro dollar, and we'll contrast that with what's going on in EU. All right, so EU on the monthly, as you can see here, we had taken out the structure, the swing high up here, all right, and the target I had for this week was the high of this structure, actually up here above the 113, looks like, or 113 big figure, around that area. Okay, I still think that we'll go up there, but obviously because we've taken out this structure here, we're going to probably get a little pullback as well, and that's congruent with what we're seeing with the dollar, right? As I'm expecting the dollar to continue higher this week, we'll probably see euro continue down. So after taking out this high here, we'll see if we get a retracement. That doesn't mean that we'll see it go straight down, right? Because this is still, just like the dollar, is in the monthly consolidation, right? So we're going to still see if price wants to support the structure, the low here. The next OB, we can see that price traded into this OB here and traded up through the high. So the next OB and the next candle here, the down candles here, we'll see if price will support those as we traded into it already, right? And then we can see price came up. So the retracement, right, coming back into it, I'm not expecting it to take out the low of the structure. I want to see actually price continue to support the monthly candles and continue to go higher from there. So, trading back down into here and then trading up like that through this high, okay? And as I said, these are monthly candles, so it's going to take a while for that to play out. So I'm not saying that this is going to be, what's happening this week. I'm just giving you a broader kind of longer term perspective as to what I think the price will do here, on the monthly. So let's drop down to the weekly, and let's see if we can get some supporting analysis on that. So there's the high that I wanted to see price come up and take out. We obviously did not do that this week, right? We had taken out this high, the intermediate high, which was the first target. Okay, this was the second target, but we took that out. And then you can see the reaction from taking out that high here is pretty significant. So if I drop to the weeklies here, you can see taking out that high here, but we're getting this big bearish candle here, almost an engulfing candle here, but coming back into the range. Okay, now I do expect it to continue higher, but we're going to be looking for a pullback first, right? Because we took out that structure, we'll be looking for price to pull back into this range here. So I've got this OB here probably as the next structure, but we can see here this is the swing high here where we came down into the imbalance, which started this whole push here. So I'm going to be looking for price to come back to this high. Okay, So I want to see if price will pull back into here, into this high here, and then give us a continuation off of that area here, and then a move up. Okay, so initial move down first. So this week I'm looking for a bearish euro dollar continuation down into this range here, right? So we've got some nice areas here to target. This is more of a broad view because it's weekly. Let's go down to the daily, and we'll see where we can look to target on the daily. Right, so here's that weekly line that we're looking for. And if I drop the weekly off and the daily's on, we can see that we got the daily imbalance and OB right at that line here where we broke structure. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm expecting price to come down into. Let's see if we can get price to hold this area here. Okay, we got a nice little imbalance here just below this low, so we could also target the OB down here as well. Okay, and then seeing if we get a reaction from that level and then the continuation up afterwards. All right, so initially we'll be looking for euro to continue to drop down into this POI here, and then we'll look to see price give us a reaction and then a move up after that. All right, we certainly could go lower down to here as well, but I'm going to be targeting the first area first, seeing if we get the first reaction from here, and if we go lower, then there's another area that we can target to look for the move up. Okay, so let's drop down to the 4 hour for just the final kind of zoom in view here. We have let's drop the 4 hour markups on here. So you can see that price has already created the swing high and the structure, right? We've got the break of structure here, the change of character. And so the high is established. We have the swing high, and now we're just looking at price now retracing back down into the range. So this area here would be the weekly line that we took, right? And we were expecting price to come back to. If that line does not hold, if that area does not hold, then obviously we have, the bearish continuation, right? But we're looking for price at least to come down here to the low of the structure here. So we have quite a ways to move down. We can see that there's lots of opportunity that will present itself as we come down there. So these are kind of the moves that we'll be expecting as price comes down. And then so we'll be looking to take trades short, okay, down to this area. And that will be what we look for here on euro this week, okay, and that'll be the direction. So that should give us a good idea of how to set up our trades for the week, right? Let's drop over to GU. All right. Now, GU on the monthly, obviously very similar to what we're seeing here on EU as well. We took out the intermediate high over here, right? We traded into that monthly OB and imbalance area that we had marked earlier. You can look back at previous Sunday reviews. We'll see that area that was targeted here. And then now we can see that after taking out the high there, okay, we can probably see a similar situation. Obviously, we could still, see price go higher, but likely we'll see a little bit of a pullback first, okay? And again, looking for price to support the monthly candles, the bearish candles here, so you can see price came down into this one right here, and that's currently the one that we are supporting right now as we go higher, okay? So if we pull back into the range a little bit, we want to see that continue higher, and then looking to target the equal highs up here eventually. I mean, this is farther away into the future, but that is where we're looking to target here for GU longer term. Okay, so dropping down to the weekly chart. All right, and as you can see here on the weekly, we have taken out the weekly range, right, and broken the structure above. You can see price is now pulling back as a reaction to that, okay, and now we're looking to price for price to hold the low of the structure, coming back into this imbalance here and holding the low of the structure here to continue upwards. So looking for something like this on the pullback, obviously because we had broken structure, and you can see that price has already given us a weekly bearish candle, right? So we'll look for price to come now back into the range here, and then see if we can get a supporting move back up after coming, a decent way down into this imbalance. Right, so the next OB that we're looking for price to support, the weekly OB down here at the bottom. Okay, continue to support the bullish order flow, and as we continue up. All right, so looking for an initial move down this week here. Let's go down to the daily, and let's take a look at the daily view. All right, so daily, as you can see, the swing high structure has been established. We've got a 3-bar swing, and we can see the pullback already happening So we'll be expecting price to continue down now into this range here. The low here is what we're expecting price to support. The low here, we've got a small imbalance / OB area that we can target here inside the range, but we could also certainly go down to the low itself, right? But we're really expecting price to come down first initially here. So looking at a bearish week for GU. So pretty easy on the direction if this plays out. Let's drop down to the 4-hour. Okay, and on the 4-hour, we can see the very obvious, head and shoulder structure, swing high structure, peak high structure, whatever you want to call it, right? So on the 4-hour, we can see that price has started the reversal, okay? And we are now, a swing high is established here. We've got the change of character here, right? And price is now continuing down into this bullish OB structure here. So if price happens to hold the structure here, then we should see a continuation higher from that level, or maybe even just a little bit of a pullback to create another lower high over here, and then a continuation down. But I would probably expect price to continue down from here and just continue lower. So looking for price to hold here, maybe create a swing low, and then continue down like this, right? And then continue down the structure as we were expecting on the higher time frame. Okay, so look for that this week, just like EU, looking for the continuation lower. We can see that EU kind of is ahead of GU a little bit, right? GU is lagging just a little bit, so I feel like we're going to see the same kind of thing happen here for GU as we did for EU, which is why I'm not expecting price to give us a bigger move up, right? And obviously we have NFP this week, so we'll see what happens with that. If it doesn't play out by the end of the week, that could be the catalyst that helps us see where this moves, going forward. Okay, so that is for GU. Let's go on over to gold next. All right, so gold on the monthly chart. Obviously we're still in our bullish phase here, right? We traded above the 2,500 big figure. That was a milestone for gold. We've never seen gold reach those highs before. So I'm still waiting for the pullback to happen, which I think is coming any minute now. This could be the week that we get the pullback. Obviously, there's still no strong signs of the reversal yet, right? So we're still waiting for that swing high to be established, and then we're going to look for price to start to pull back. From the monthly view here, you can see that it's all bullish, right? Obviously, we could still go higher at this point. This is we ended off that last month with that bullish candle, so we could still see price go a little bit higher. But if we drop down to the weekly, all right, we can see that we're starting to see a little bit of exhaustion, right? Because the price is starting to give us these little candles here, right? This big bullish push was the last bullish push, so this OB here is going to be where I'd expect price to continue to push higher if we do, right? So I want to see price now come back into the weekly OB here, okay? So I want to see price come back a little bit and give us retracement. And then we'll see if this area holds or not, and then we get that push continuation into higher highs, right? All-time highs. So we have a break of structure, right? We've got the swing high forming, so we want to see the pullback into the weekly OB here, and then look for continuation, the support of that, and continuation up. Okay, let's drop down to the daily. So here you can see from the weekly to the daily view, right? Our daily area, the last area that we saw reaction from, the daily area here is being supported, the last swing high up here. And you can see the price is not breaking that high, right? You can see the candles are very, very close, but having a difficult time trading higher. So from here, I feel like we'll get a retracement back into this range here, at least into the OB and taking out this low. So that'll be the first thing that I look for gold to do this week, is to come down here and take out this low and trade further into the daily OB here, okay? So we'll be looking for, something like this, down into this here, and then we'll see if we get a reaction up. And then the reaction up obviously will continue to break through and give us new highs, or we'll see the breakdown here, and then we'll see the actual reversal. Okay, so a couple things to look for here, and obviously NFP is going to be a big catalyst. That'll tell us which direction that'll go, right? And hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have a good idea of whether or not we've got the reversal here on gold, or if we're going to look for continuation here. All right, so let's drop down the 4-hour and let's see if there's any opportunities we can look for this week in terms of the 4-hour. This is the target that I'm reaching for, okay, that I'm hoping for price to come down to, right, make or break. So this level here is going to be our liquidity that we're drawing to, okay, and we're going to see if price holds the OB here. You can see that we've got multiple touches to this area here, and then we got this big shift, okay, so we're looking for price to continue down through this low here, right? So we're looking for price to maybe open up the week a little with a run up here, okay, and then right at this area here we'll look for price to short and then come down here through this low. Okay, so that'll be the expectation here for gold. Hopefully that plays out as expected here. And last but not least, we'll go into NASDAQ. Okay, and NASDAQ here on the monthly. So we're in a weird situation here with the NASDAQ monthly. Again, just like gold, we've reached all-time highs. We can see that we have a reaction at the all-time highs and a big move down. However, we did not break the monthly low. We didn't break through the monthly OB candle here, right? So we have a big pin and a big wick and a big retracement back to the upside. So this could mean that we could see price push up one more time and maybe make a high, or it could just make a run for that high there, maybe fall short and then continue down, right? And that's kind of where we're at right now, seeing price hold the OB here, pop back up into this range here, but we haven't seen price break through the area yet. So I'm probably leaning more towards price, this being the high, right? And that we're going to see the lower high here created. However, there's just this little weekly imbalance right here that price has the chance of reaching up towards. And I want to see if price will get up there. Certainly if we get up there, we'll see a reaction and then we'll see price come down. But right now that could be the reaction already. Like we could, that little touch right there could already be the swing high, and we could see price come down from that. So I want to see how that plays out this week. Now, if we go down to the daily, right, we're in a little bit of predicament here, right? So you can see that price has supported the imbalance here, right? We created the swing low. That's a pretty strong move, right? And a pretty nice looking 3-bar swing, formation there. So I still have, a chance that price will come back up into this daily imbalance area. We've got this nice liquidity that we've made here, engineered equal highs, okay, that we can target. So this area right here as liquidity, even though technically we did already sweep this high here with this wick, right? But it was very, very subtle. So I'm thinking that we could still see price want to reach up into this imbalance up here. And plus, because of how strong this looks right here, right? So all depends on if we break above this high or not. So one or two things will happen this week. Obviously, we've come down here, we've created the swing low, and now we're coming back up. So either we come up into this area like I expect and hit that and then get the reaction down, right? Or we fall a little bit short because this will have already taken out the high, and we already see that, kind of be the swing high. Then we'll see price kind of fall short here and create the lower high. If we see that and we get the shift, then that's pretty much a go for us to take the short down from there. Okay, and then we'll kind of forego reaching up into this nice point of interest here. Okay, so let's drop down the 4. Let's see how that plays out for us on the 4-hour and what we need to see. Now, the 4-hour looks pretty good in terms of seeing it go higher, right? Because we can see that we have price supporting the OB here into the imbalance. We have a nice fast down, fast up movement here, nice V spike. And we have a very, very subtle, run above that high here, and price is supporting the lows in the lower candles. So as we start off the week, you can see we ended the week here with a big bullish candle, right? After coming down here into these into the imbalance here. So I do not want to see this week. I don't want to see price really come down below the lows here of these candles. Okay, if the price is going to support here and go higher, I do not need to see it come down below this level here, which is 19. Looks like 19.3, right? 19.320, 19.3. That level right there has to hold for me to have any chance of seeing price go, without question, going higher and into that daily imbalance area that I was talking about. But if we see price break down here, so if we see price start to falter here, right, maybe we make a high here and it breaks down, then I'm going to be looking for price to continue down from that, and I'm going to forego price reaching that daily imbalance area up top, right? And that is pretty much the breakdown I have for NASDAQ. So that is going to be the rundown this week, guys. So, if you guys have any questions on anything I covered in the video, go ahead and drop some comments below if necessary. If for those of you guys who are interested, there's going to be a link in the description for you guys to join the VIP. And in the VIP, obviously, I'm going to go down, throughout the week. I'm going to break these down further, right? Going down the lower time frames and talking about the trade setups that we'll be taking, or potential trade setups that we can take throughout the week, right? And so that is what I do for my VIP students. There'll be a link down below to join the free membership, and which will lead into the VIP if you guys are interested in joining the VIP. But for sure, if you haven't already, join the join the free membership, because those, that's going to be where I post these videos first. You'll get the first-hand look at these reviews before anyone else, before I post them to YouTube. And of course, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel for these weekly updates, okay, and other videos. So that's going to do it, guys. If you have any other questions for me, just go ahead and drop them below in the comments. But that's going to do it for this week. Hope you guys have a great trading week. Hopefully we get, like I said, starting the month now of September, getting back into the fall quarter and seeing more trending moves and some better trading conditions. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Have a great trading week. We'll see you guys on the next video.